Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, Hades Wastes, blue team, couple of Farseers. First up is aZmodai, I'm going to say, and we've got Crog. These ladies are support heroes that fight in melee combat, some powerful buffs, debuffs and control abilities. They're both rocking the same Han elite scheme with all the fuzz. And rounding off this team, Sekarma is a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support fighting in melee combat, begins with a refractor shield, can also shoot his own fellas in the head because, you know, the Emperor and that. Red team, we've got some chaos. First up is Qwest with a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed, powerful offense and disruption fights in melee combat. This is the Iron Warriors elite scheme, recolored to be lighter grey, I think. We've got Argus here as a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. And rounding us off, on the wrong team I think, it's Saint Galahad as a brother captain of the Ordo Malleus. Very durable hero that walks through objects and cannot be suppressed. Powerful disruption and support fights in melee combat. With a big old power sword by default. Kicking off towards the eastern side. There is a contested power over there. Nobody's capping it though. Sentinel's really out in the open. I guess it can't benefit from cover, but it's usually near some guardsmen and stuff. Pushing through is the Lord Commissar now. Whole bunch of heretics to chop up and shoot at. There's a strange place to start worshipping. A miss-hit of the hotkeys, I think. You saw the Doom Blast straight into the worship there. Meanwhile, west side, where you have this contested VP. Banshees from both of the Farseer players can support them with guide and all sorts of other good stuff later on. The strike squad with the side bolts and munition upgrade give them a huge damage increase in ranged weapons. Chaos Lord getting stuck in now. Some support from the brother captain, maybe not at the moment. Heretics getting in with a Doom Blast. Kill the Weak has been used, so these Banshees are quite a big threat to this Chaos Lord now. Can't disrupt them and get himself healed. Does get a special. Galahad joined the fight a bit too late. I think he was waiting for this second strike squad to join. And they are getting the side bolts ammunition upgrade there. And as always, it's a bit overpowered in this build in 292. It is being adjusted for 293. Toned down in the bonus damage a bit. They're also going to lose some of their melee damage when they get their side bolt ammunition. But at the moment, it's painful. Look at the damage to that Farseer. We have double CSM up now for Argus, alongside those double heretics. You can do some work with this. You get double grenade launchers and these guys firing their bolters. A whole bunch of range damage coming in big bursts as well. Shut down quite hard, of course, by a jump squad, but don't have that with Imperial Guard and Eldar. Farseer goes down, shot up by the side bolts ammunition. More heretics on the way for Qwest. We have double guarding weapon teams for aZmodai and one for Crog. Where's the other Farseer? She's going to get revived, I think. What's this? Shooting up a node. East side, still nobody's capped this. The epic struggle over the contested power point. Both of those CSM have their Eternal War. We do have some grenade launchers. In fact, double grenade launchers. There we go. We'll see how much damage this thing can deliver alongside the other grenade launchers in the CSM. Stubbornness, is it? Nope. Aura of Discipline for the Lord Commissar. Got some pew pew. Do have a grenade. Oh, those guys got caught by suppression. Oh, but they're okay. We have some grenade launcher stormtroopers as well. There it is. Why, there it is. I mean, there's the grenades. There's the disruptive barrage. Only hits the Farseer. Trying to get onto the power, are they, Saint Galahad? But they are getting flanked. And these guys, meanwhile, they found some isolated guardsmen. Go after the VP, I guess. There's no power until you get towards the mid. Western VP is still blue. Red team haven't really presented a united front yet against the Eldar, I feel like. So it was a big old retreat from Galahad. Going to take a while to get back out. Could be a good time for the double Eldar to do some work. Banshees on the way towards some heretics, and that's a big retreat from Argus. Just got caught out of position. Banshees were coming in. There was a bunch of support from guardsmen as well. Would have been nasty because they would have war shouted all that stuff. I think it was a good decision to retreat there. Maybe shouldn't have been that far forward by themselves, but they wanted that VP. Banshees chopping up these heretics. Power melee kicks, power melee swords. Did they get away? I think they got away. Doom Blast helped them out there with some suppression on those Banshees. Are these guys going to get away though? I believe that Aspiring Champion is far enough out. CSM just standing here, now getting into melee. This is a good choice by Qwest, and as soon as I say that, they get special attacked. CSM do good melee damage for a ranged squad, so those low health Banshees were a good target for some closing into melee action. The Chaos Lord went down, especially as they were going to retreat. Look at Argus now getting up some Raptors, big old tier 1. And Sigil of the Rift to help mess with setup teams. There's the heavy weapon squad here from Sekarma. And tier 2 all around for the blue team. Disruptive grenades and those side bolts coming in. Really messing up the Eldar there. Side bolts are like anti-demon rounds, I think, in the lore or something like that. Brother Captain with his Blessed Aegis and the Nemesis Force Sword just hanging out shooting stuff at the moment. Get in there, fella. Strike Squad getting messed up, and again the red team getting kind of picked off one by one, aren't they? Chaos Lord coming out again all alone. They need to wait for the other player before they try to push somewhere. Argus is pushing again though on the east side, going for that VP again. Gonna meet with Sekarma, it looks like, who was over the other side helping out. Raptors are going to get a decap going, so is the Sorcerer. Doesn't have Havocs to help hold up the Lord Commissar and try to lock down these guardsmen. But those grenade launchers should do some real work if they can be brought to bear. Raptors go in. Gonna see a stomp. Gets all the models with it as well. Lord Commissar does not have his power sword, but can still mix it up with those Raptors pretty well. Big old retreat again from Argus. Might have been able to finish that cap, would have been risky. You can't teleport away, this guy. Doesn't have his vestments. CSM now getting damage in. Banshee's getting her Exarch up. Has the mirror power swords over there with the aspect of fleetness. There's bad news for the Raptors, if you didn't know. They jumped forward and then retreated, which is a bit weird. But they're going to get away. Here's Saint Galahad to help out the Sorcerer, which is such heresy in one sentence. Here comes some Banshees. Those guys should be forcing melee combat now, I think. Although here comes a grenade, maybe? No, they don't have a grenade. Why did they move up? Yeah, those Banshees should be dead. Everything should have piled into melee there when they got that close. But they get away. Guardian weapon teams now setting up, are they? There we go. Trying to defend this power. We have a contested blue victory point as well. Saint Galahad now takes on trying to cap this VP. There's a Chimera. Bloodletters on the way for Qwest. Grenades on retreat. Looks like they were able to tough it out though. And Saint Galahad did get the cap there. Look at that. 410 to 400. 2-1 for the red team. We have 12 models now on his guardsman squad. So they have their Commissar. There he is. Decent little combat model in his own right. Also allows them to break retreats by killing one of them in the face. aZmodai is down to 2 units. Those were blood sacrifice bloodletters, which is why they disappeared. But we have some real ones over here. I'm not sure if there's ever been yellow bloodletters in the fluff, but there you go. You got some now. Power bash from the blue team. Look at this, coming out swinging in tier 2. Got 2 transports and bashing pretty well. Not a whole lot these guys can do about those vehicles. Need some anti-vehicles. Saint Galahad goes for the Rhino, which can get a las cannon on top. That'll do the job. All the generators go down. Now these guys are suppressed. It's not a good place to be. Really? Did they not disrupt the Shuriken? Maybe they did and it just set up again. 402 to 383. Bloodletters shifting out of existence there, which is a pretty good thing to be able to do. Here's a Chaos Lord. Smack. Banshee's backing away. Is that Armor of Fortune on them? It is. Don't see Fortune that much these days in 3v3s. I guess because Time Field is so good, and so is the Psychic Storm of Rune Armor. Our Avengers run the hell away. Brother Captain did a good job pushing lines since he got the Aegis up. And there's that Rhino. Las Cannon is on. Can it hunt down the Chimera? We have Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines from Argus. And we have the heavy melee demon wall from the Raptors. Might be enough to get that Chimera. That was a big rear armor hit there. And look at that las cannon doing its job now. Can he get one more shot? It can. Alright, what is it? Wasn't enough. Seemed like those two beams split there. And one of them missed, but there we go. It gets done. I think the accuracy of each beam is like calculated separately, I suppose. Really weird split of the beams there. Argus looking strong on this side now with Saint Galahad support. Sekarma's down to 3 units. Can Crog support now with the Falcon? We got a Seer Council up from aZmodai. 402 to 336. Still a blue victory point here. But they're putting a lot of pressure on the naturals. Something the blue team are unable to do at the moment. Raptors jumping into a whole lot of trouble and they're quite low on health. I guess they got a bit of suppression, kicked off the fight. Here come Mark of Corn CSM now, looking for some combat, as they often do. Running away though from the gravity field. Sorry, levitation field, gravity blade. Strike squad tanking a lot of damage, but they're being suppressed. That's the circle of summoning there from Argus, spawning some bloodletters to mess stuff up. Rhino can't really hit stuff with its las cannon in terms of infantry. Gonna struggle. I believe a Rhino with a las cannon is basically a Razorback now. I think that's a thing. I don't think Rhinos can have like a rear mounted weapon like that. Unless they just have a pintle mounted weapon, they become a Razorback. I think that's right. Chaos Lord, level 3, Lightning Claws, Mantle of Hate, and the Icon of Corn. He's a, he's a glass half empty kind of guy. So you're just running over the shields. He's running over the shields. They don't bleed though, unfortunately. Eldar trying to take back this, and red team looking quite solid here. Looking pretty solid. Crog goes tier 3. Sorcerer is still level 1, has the vestments of the warp now. Not only can he teleport himself around with the vestments of the warp, but he can teleport himself into a prime location and then warp something to him. It's a great way to use Plague Marines and counteract their lack of mobility. Banshees alongside the Farseer trying to get into some chaos lines. There's a lot of stuff here. Those Mark of Corn CSM seem to just be waiting around for the levitation field. Ogrins against Raptors. I believe Raptors would win that, maybe? Maybe not. I mean, there's a lot of support both sides, obviously. Maybe if they use their demonic fury thing. Ogrins are tough. And it's not like those Raptors have power weapons. They have a heavy melee weapon. Guardsmen with plasma guns here. Backing away towards the Falcon, which needs repairs. These guys can repair really well, but they're not right now. Come on, Guardsmen, do your repairs. They're not interested. They want to shoot stuff. Using the grenade barrages on the same location, which is not what you should do. You should spread them out or chain them one after the other. Both better than just dumping them in the same place. Can't knock stuff over more. It's knocked over already. aZmodai down to 2 units. Tier 3 for Saint Galahad. And Ordo Malleus with a pretty strong tier 3, let's say. Paladins, Terminators, big old Land Raider. Interceptors not bad as well. 301, 336 on the VPs. 2-1 for the red team. Chaos Lord getting stuck in. Has triple bloodletters. Are these... Yep, they're all real bloodletters. They're not blood sacrifice fellas. I wish the blood sacrifice bloodletters had a different portrait or something. Knocking them over now. Oh, the Seer Council over and over again. It's a dicey fight for them though. There's a lot of bloodletters. Down goes the Shrine, which is also spawning some. So they have lost a squad of bloodletters. Those guys phase shifting out, trying to get away. Maybe. There's a retreat. I think they're going to be alright. Chaos Lord now fighting some Seer Council. There's that destructive strike from the Lightning Claws and gets rid of them. Look at this. This guy's gone mental. Level 4 is eventually persuaded to leave. Meanwhile, natural VP of the blue team under constant attack. Sekarma never really recovered from those like early tier 2 losses when he lost the Chimera and stuff. Ogryns haven't been able to carry all this weight against double Mark of Khorne CSM and Raptors. It's a very dicey fight for Ogryns because those chain axes are power melee weapons. Here comes the Seer Council. If they could do this alongside the Ogryns, that'd be much better, but they're alone at the moment. Falcon in support, Banshee's in support. And aZmodai's Banshee's here too. It's a big effort to try and retake this victory point now. 225 to 336. Tier 3 for Qwest, Tier 3 for Argus. Saint Galahad is there, has been for a while. Are they must be really wanting Paladins because they haven't spent their resources. They're waiting for the red for Paladins, I think. Oh, here we go. Going for a Land Raider. Land Raider Crusader on the way. Ogryns have lost their boned leader. And I don't know what they're doing. Going for some power on the eastern edge. Let's have some big old power income. Look at that, plus 71 for red team. Those numbers you see there are per minute, so they're getting more than 1 power a second, which is a lot. Avatar of Cain on the field for aZmodai, and here comes one for Crog. Have to deal with this one first. Wailing Doom. Decent hit on the Heretics, but didn't do much to the Bloodletters, did it? Chaos Lord goes back after him. Nope. Goes after the Seer Council instead. That is that Doom? It is Doom. On the Bloodletters from the Doombringer. Does what it says. It will do. Seer Council doing a decent job, but they're taking a lot of damage in those fights. Here comes a flank. Sorry, not a flank from Saint Galahad. Here comes some help from Saint Galahad. Everything ducked inside the Rhino just in time and escapes the wrath of the Railing Doom. Falcon now has that shield, which slows it down a bit, I think. Oh, it doesn't anymore. It used to slow it down, but now it's just that slow by default, I think. But the shield is awesome. Makes it really tough in tier 3. Some Tzeentch worship. And a Leman Russ from Sekarma. Let's see how this thing does. There's 2 heretics worshipping, so everything is infiltrated there. Oh man, big shot on those Raptors as soon as they landed from the Leman Russ. Took so much damage. Should have been ready with those Mark of Khorne CSMs to get in there. I don't think they needed to retreat. This is a bad retreat. Just needed to get the Raptors out of there, because now they're going to lose this VP. Should have stayed in on the Ogryns with the double CSM, I think. Where was the Sorcerer, actually? Was also there. So I think could have stayed in play. Here's the Land Raider Crusader. Hurricane Bolters on the side, sponsons. Multi-Melter and Twin Linked Sword Cannon. Avatar of Cain gets a Wailing Doom. Here's the second one from Crog. Took a lot of damage there. The avatars have super heavy infantry armor, so they take a lot of damage from Melter and Plasma and power melee damage. Some Wraith Guard from aZmodai. Mark of Khorne. Chaos Predator from Qwest. Could be a massive fight brewing. Are we going to see a nuke? Does anyone have one? aZmodai maybe? aZmodai is very close to having a nuke. There's that time field. Such a strong piece of war gear in 3v3s, the Armor of the Assyrian. This is now Argus on the west side helping out. It's a big 3v3 fight, I think. Or is it? No, I think there's still some Eldar in the mid there. Eldritch Storm onto the Land Raider. Takes out the Rhino. That Rhino did a lot of work. Can they finish off this Land Raider now? Wraith Guard getting destroyed by Bloodletters. We're trying to get in on the Land Raider. Is the tank shooting? What's going on here? Is it still disabled by the Eldritch? I think it was. There we go, now it's shooting. We've got some Paladins for Saint Galahad. Those Nemesis Demon Hammers are heavy melee. They have the awesome Holy Ground ability if you get their Liber Demonicus. And they're very tough, as you may expect. 5,400 hit points. Banshees going after the Land Raider, not the best thing to use. Especially without their aspect of strength. Maybe the Leman Russ could go after it. triple cap here by the blue team. All of a sudden, just sweeping across the map. And that big retreat on the east side from Argus has really cost them here. Lost that VP, lost a lot of the map over there. I think they could have stayed in, as I said, and fought those Ogrins. The Mark of Corn CSM are gone, by the way. Now have 2 Lehman Russes from Sekarma. These avatars have made a huge difference. Red team haven't been able to just sweep them aside as they can against a bunch of Eldar infantry and guardsmen and stuff. Have been a really important purchase from those Eldar players. Can the tank live? Maybe. Soaking up so much damage, these avatars. Decent hit on the paladins there. It's a regular limit. Oh, they don't have upgrades yet. Can they see out this 2-to-1? That's the Sorcerer, is it? Oh, what's he doing though? He's not capping. Must be looking at the Starfarer or the Raptors. They are jumping around. But they're going to support the east side. He's going after the VP now, I think. 225 to 68 on the VPs. Godletters phasing out. They've done really well actually for Qwest. Oh, Argus is trying to concede. Don't concede. You've got stuff. Fight it out. So Argus has given up, but they are... Oh, they were going for the VP. Meets a bunch of stuff there. Paladins almost got the cap. Just got tossed aside by the gravity blade. Those paladins are done for. They're getting chopped up by Seer Council and by Banshee. Oh, did they live? I think they teleported and they got into the Land Raider. I think they live. So 1-to-1 cap still. Nobody can get the contested VP. The red team are fighting really bravely and hard here. Argus now has a Predator tank. Taking a bunch of damage. From what? Oh, from the Lehman Russ. Sorcerer. I mean, he's got to stay over here, right? Or he's going to lose the VP. Might lose it anyway. Argus is gone. Great. Well, I guess the blue team have it. They probably would have had it anyway. Sekarma says it's not over. There's the teleports onto the Wraith Guard. Some Chaos Terminators coming in from Qwest. It's a double cap though by the blue team. Paladins getting caught. They're going to go down surely now. The last stand of the Paladin. Down he goes. Level 5 Chaos Lord did really well once he got those lightning claws. And there's the triple cap, and the blue team are going to have this. Unfortunate that Argus dropped out. But I think the game was decided. There's a GG. And we're going to see it tick down, I think. Saint Galahad and Qwest fighting hard into the end. Good on them. Autok dropped in late game by Crog. Did these things get an upgrade? We got one Vanquisher. Look at these heroes. Level 8 Farseer for aZmodai. Level 6 for Crog. Level 5 Lord Commissar did have Fist of Brockus. That level 5 Chaos Lord. Level 4 Brother Captain and a Sorcerer. Still level 1 at the end of the game there. Such a great start for the red team. Really messed up the blues. Especially on that eastern side. Argus started really well. But once the Ogrins and the tank came out, it's like didn't have an answer for him. Lost those double CSM. Well, I didn't actually catch when he lost them. But that was like the turning point over there. And there you have it. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.